Hi YouTube, how are you doing? I'm doing okay. Um, I was up pretty early. I just loved it. I love getting up early, but it's a rainy day, so there's no sunshine. But I'm happy anyway. Um, oh, there's somebody, hey, somebody that's a boxer and um mentally is mentally challenging. First off, if you wanted to fight a woman, I take you up on your physical or mental challenge any day. I fear nobody. Furthermore, I started boxing when I was a little kid, so did my children. Um, but yeah, mixed martial artists aren't really too intimidated by a boxer. you know, just saying. So yeah, even there's a lot of people, they think they want to come up against me until they're right in front of me. And yeah, they're usually bigger, you know. So, but when you're quicker and more skilled, um, and you can see them inside of them, you have advantages they don't have. So I'm not afraid of you. Bring it on. Mentally, physically, whatever you want to do, and I will show you what endurance is. So, my topic today is never let somebody else write your life story. That's your book. Let me give you the prologue on mine. It's called These Men Fucked With Me, and Now I'm going to Show Them That It Was a Big Mistake. That's the name of my book, you know? So, yeah. So, I mean, I don't want no arguments with people, but when I'm used and then tossed away like I'm nothing, yeah, fuck you. Big time fuck you. Excuse me, people. I will show you what endurance and real strength and intelligence is. Yeah, I sure will. And by the way, like with the scriptures and the texts and that type of thing, that's not the only place to get information. There's all kinds of avenues. Like even with the dark arts, you don't have to practice dark arts in order to know what they are, especially if you've had them done to you before. But what if you have something that's just a little more than that because they go to do something and then things happen to them? Did they do that to themselves? Yeah, they did. Because you get what you give, you know? That's not my doing. That's whoever and whatever, you know? And for whatever self serving reason, whether it's out of trying to control people or serving your master, whatever cowardly thing you have to do to try and take down a woman, whatever, you won't do it. It's not going to happen. Like my motto, I don't chase, I replace. That goes for friends, that goes for people that think they're superior with their intelligence. At that point, unless you could actually prove that you do something of value on this planet, for Christ's sakes, you probably can't even put oil in your own car. God forbid something else happened to it that you would have to figure out. What do you actually do on this planet? I mean, physically. Can you do anything? Or are you just a narcissist with some looks and a little bit of intelligence in one area? What else do you got to offer? Yeah, that's what I thought. So, like I say, anybody can read a book, but when you actually live a life where you're constantly people try to take you down because they think you need to be taken down for some reason for that type of control. Only weak people try to control others. A strong person commands that respect, not demands, but commands. That's the difference. That's where my strength comes from, and that's why I win. So you can say, and you can grab any fucking book on this planet and try and prove me as a lesser human being, but nothing that's written or comes out of a filthy person's mouth, a betrayer, it doesn't matter. You don't matter. You just are writing yourself out of history with that bullshit. Nobody's going to remember you for anything, you know? So that's a fact. So if you have people in your life that are trying to get under your skin or challenging you or trying to put fear upon you or what, you want to see fear? You want to see what I can do to you in your life? I'll show you some fear. I got a great imagination. And that's all it takes, by the way. Because who's really in control of fate? You or me? For me, I'm in control of my fate and yours. I would take care with that if I was somebody that they're like Satan's like, I got your back, buddy. Yeah, sure he does. Then I got people warning me that somebody is going to like overpower me or whatever. Go fuck off. I've had the strongest come. Keep you got stronger, bring them on. I'll take you down too. Bring it on. I feigned weakness for a spot in my life to see what people would do. And when that spot was over, the recovery was astounding and shocking. Can you imagine? And the people that have tried to kill me in my life and it never worked out for them. Why is that? What happens? Must be some kind of protection there you don't know about, isn't there? See, you have to bow to your master. That's not my master. I master myself, and I'm the best at it. So, what would make you think that you can intimidate me in any way? Yeah. I won't even give you the benefit of saying you're on an equal playing field because, with the decades ahead of the situation, you're just a baby, you know, when it comes to the force of the mind. Don't play. It's not going to be pretty. Not only decades ahead, but trained by the head of it all. Come on now. When you're fucking with the devil's daughter and she has a good heart, you're probably fucking with the wrong person. Even he doesn't do that. Occasionally he tries, but it's not successful. It never is because of that protection. It is self-preservation, not just for me, but for that entity. You know? Go ahead, bring it on. I don't care. It's not because of the protection, it's because I'm fearless and skilled. So I just want to make that real clear. Anyway, so keep playing your games, but guess what? It's just not going to be the gifts you were given. You don't need them. You praise your master. You get gifts he doesn't. You can try and obtain them from him, but he doesn't have them to give. It's a two-part system. Actually, it's a trinity. But, you know, two can work well without another, or the three could work together. Whoever is strong enough to do that. It's just like when Doug and I first got together, I've said this before, but it was the most beautiful thing. We had this guy in our life, a mutual friend, even before we met each other. We had known this person individually. Um, I had known this guy since we were like 15 years old, um, and he was a jerk, just an idiot. I had him work for me a couple times when I owned my business, and just a jerk of a guy. But anyway, so but he had owed us some different things in our life, so we went to collect together. And he actually even tried to get me to come over to Doug's house one time because Doug was keeping something of his. I didn't know that he owed Doug money, so I came over here as a part of the collection situation, doing a favor for a friend because, yeah, I'm all that. But so, anyway, this same person, we went down there together, and I was standing away from Doug, but just us being together in his driveway. And we're talking to him, and he's by his garage. And I stepped over and I grabbed Doug around his waist and I snuggled up to him. The look on that dude's face, it was like, okay, now there wasn't just one with those types of abilities, there's two of them together. That's the look on his face was so precious, knowing both of us. If you just knew, you'd have to be there to know that. But oh my God, it was beautiful. Just beautiful. I'm not afraid of dangerous. You know, careful when you make baby monsters. Sometimes they grow up, you know. But if you know you're the best, you know, and that's just the way it is. So everybody else can pretend to be in that position, but they're not. And the same with their intelligence, and the same with their skill levels on whatever arts they think they wield and what else, you know, doesn't matter because they're not that. They have to ask for gifts and powers. It's not something they possess. And like I say, weak men feel the need to control others. A really true leader for people isn't going to try and control you or dominate you or anything else, but they can influence you in the most loving way possible. That's that's what true leadership is, you know. Looking at everything from all angles and what is best for everybody, not just themselves, you know. So, yeah, everybody's pretty self-serving out there, aren't they? mean, really, if you got to start exercising when you're in your 40s to try and beef yourself up to be something you think you are, good luck. Yeah. And if you think you want to fight a woman, you're going to get fucking hurt. Here you will. Anybody else? Yeah. But just for the mere fact that you would even engage animosity like that, it gives me the upper hand to begin with. Just showed your lower self and your disdain and your use of women and what they are to you. So yeah, just with that alone, you don't deserve to be on this planet interacting with other human beings. That's a fact. You probably won't be gifted with that again, I'm pretty sure. I heard you have your own place, couple places. That's good. Make sure you haven't been evicted. So, no, I'm not intimidated. I'm not sad. I expected it. Remember the other day I was just saying I expect more because it never ends and they always think the next one thinks, I'll get at her because I'm going to do something a little different. No one did. And then the next one thinks, I'll get to her because I'm going to do this or say this. Keep trying. You're not going to break me. Like, who the fuck do you think you are, little boy? Right. And I could say, well, I fight with Satan, and it's a hobby. So what do you got? If you won't go up against him, you're sure not going to go up against me. Because who do you think dominates? Stupid? No, not stupid doesn't dominate. I'm calling you stupid. That's what's stupid. It's just beginning. I've just started. Right. And if I wasn't strong, I would be dead. And if I wasn't intelligent, I would be dead. And if I did not know your dark arts better than you, and that's what pissed you off, I'd be dead. But I do. So I'm not. And, like I said, even leaving all that aside, I'm still quicker and stronger and smarter and more skilled. So I take your challenge wholeheartedly, would be loving it. So think what you want. You know that bigger they are, harder they fall thing? I've seen it so many times. I love it too when it happens. You might want to just arm wrestle me first. And when that happens, if you can recover after that, you could maybe think about sparring. But if you can't handle that, which I know you won't be able to, we'll think about sparring. Well, that's got to be demeaning. And yes, it would be. Oh, No big deal. Just nothing. Big men thinking they're gonna intimidate me. 'Cause why? Would you feel the same way if I had a penis? Or would it be worse? Either way, it doesn't really matter, does it? I was told I wouldn't want to step into the arena or the dojo. Well, you're in my area. I'm already there. Who's not stepping where? We'd arm wrestle and you'd realize just with your little brain right there how fucked you really are. And you're doing it to yourself, guided by your master. That's the funniest part. Well, you're allowing it. I'm going to try not to be too mean about the whole thing, but it is rather funny. And I'm dead serious. But if you don't want to arm wrestle and you just want to go out to try and take me out, we can do that too. I won't even do any stretches first. Nothing. I will do no training. In fact, I'll probably eat donuts the night before just because. That reminds me, we have some in there I haven't touched. Maybe today's a donut day. Maybe not. No, maybe not. Ouch. That's it. We'll eat donuts and then go spar. That's just terribly sloppy. I don't know if it's my adrenaline or the coffee or both. Yeah. Uh, I don't like being betrayed and used. But yeah, I'll get over it. I mean, I expected it. I told you I expected it. So at least I wasn't tricked. They think they were tricking me. They thought they'd bring me down or make me sad or whatever. No, I've always been alone and I always will be because I don't trust anybody wholeheartedly. So you're not going to hurt me like that. You're the one who has to have a big crowd to validate you. Uh, Applaud the clown that's ruled by a giant clown. Well, that's just not my style. I, I don't follow, you know. Imagine that. Getting a man so pissed off it would actually challenge a woman over the internet. Get all fucking uppity and nasty and just like playing with somebody that was born in the fire. Even if it were equal, it's still not a war or a match. This is my earth, and I draw its energies. I don't have to pretend some kind of magical powers or cast any spells on people and do my ooba pooba shit towards the grand poobah or none of that, like you do. Please, Satan, can I have a cup of coffee today? Or whatever you drink. No, you can't have one right now. You have to go out there and read this and that in exactly like in the amount of time I tell you to do it. And anything after that, you're going to be penalized. Okay, buddy. Thanks for warning me. Still not scared. And I know he told you to be careful. Yeah. And then you try and tell me to be careful of him. Get real. Someday you'll understand. It's not quite there yet, but Doug was just talking about it this morning. I mean, the difference, the age difference has always been there, and I'm far ahead, and you won't catch up. You can only gather what I give or not, you know. And first, if I'm not lovable to you as a friend, then you made an enemy. And that's not my choice. That's going to be your choice where you want to go from here. But I'm still down for sparring any day. And mental agility, bring it on. I don't care if it's in another language. I'm open for learning new languages. I had 2 years of Spanish and studied Latin and a little bit of French and a lot of German and some other ones. Bring it on. I'm open for it. But you're not going to intimidate me with your, that's all you got. That's all you know. I'm multi-talented. And I don't have to do it every day to prove it to nobody. You know, when you're good at something, you have it. It's like riding a bike. Unless you can't ride a bike for some reason, have no clue. But you don't really forget. You might get a little out of shape for doing it. Fat chance. Or did I mean fat? Yeah, I think that second one is what I meant. You're weak. You have to follow. So, like I say, I'm open for friendship or not. Either way is good with me. I'm good at war too. People say I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm both. People are multifaceted. You can't just put somebody in a box and say, oh, there's a little old lady and I can just try and push her around and play with her feelings and whatever. No, it doesn't work like that. Not everybody's the same. I learned a long time ago. There's nobody on this planet that I'll back down from, ever. I will put the fear of God in you. You think you fear Satan? You don't know shit. Satan doesn't hold your fate. And he's not much of a fighter either, honestly. He does have protection because he's serving a purpose. So, well, I'm going to get this uploaded. I wanted to make my point perfectly clear, and I always tell people where I live, Pine City, Minnesota. I'm in the book. I'm easy to find. I'm right off the freeway. You can Google me. Call ahead or shoot me a message. I'm open to any invitation of conflict towards me, and yeah, I'll take it out on you then. If that's what you want, that's what you're gonna get. You open the door, I'll step through it. No problem. And I'll deal with it. Taking care of business every day. Peace.